So last week we made a pasta dish. This week we're going to stick with the same theme. Spaghetti and meatballs. But we're going to put a little different twist on it. We're going to bake it. Hit that subscribe button and let's get started here on Cook! Don't be lazy! As always, let's preheat our oven 400 degrees. Ground beef. I'm using about a pound. A little bit over a pound, I think. Dice up some onion. A little bit of crushed red pepper, not too much because this stuff can get a little pica pica. A little spicy if you know what I mean. Italian seasoning. Some dried basil. Salt. How much? You guys know better than to ask. Eyeball it. Minced garlic. Same thing. Eyeball it. Couple of little chunks. Take 1 egg, beat it like it stole your lunch money. Get that in there. Breadcrumbs. Not too much, decent little amount. Some Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese. So what we're doing here is we're making our meatballs. This is where it gets fun. Get your hands in there. Get it all stirred in, mixed in, blended in. Once it's all mixed in, roll up little balls. How little? Well, how big do you want your meatballs? Big, small, medium? I'm gonna go for semi-small, smallish meatballs. Actually, I need a container to put these off to the side. So I'm just gonna put them off to the side for now. So I'm gonna finish rolling these guys up. Alright, so that's the last one. Let me show you what I ended up with. Whole bunch of meatballs. Get yourself a casserole dish. We're gonna line up our meatballs. Let me zoom out. In our casserole dish. Make room. Figure it out. Perfect. Let's get this in the oven. So that is going to bake in the oven for 20 minutes. In that 20 minutes, we've got to multitask. We need a pot of water and a side pan. Let me show you what we're gonna do. Get some water going. Turn your stove on high and let's get this boiling. You know what? Let's throw in some salt. Let's move on to the next one. With our pan, let's set our stove to about a 6. Nah, you know what? Let's go with the 5. Dice up some onion. Some bell pepper. And I almost forgot. Throw in a little olive oil. We're just going to fry this up just a little bit. want to bring out some of the flavors of the bell pepper and the onion before we add in our other ingredients. Roughly 2 or 3 minutes of cook time. Alright, let's start flavoring this guy up. We're going to add pretty much the same things we added to our meatballs. Some minced garlic. Some dried basil. Italian seasoning. Some salt. Pepper. Now it's all going to make sense in a little bit. Get whatever flavored spaghetti sauce you want. What we're doing is we're just basically adding extra flavor to our sauce. That's the whole point of this. Nothing more, nothing less. Adding extra flavor. This is called baked spaghetti and meatballs, so we want it tasting a little bit different than our traditional spaghetti and meatballs. Now, if you find that your sauce is a little thick, no problem. Here's a solution for you. Add a little water to it. Some people like a thinner sauce, some people like a thicker sauce. So I'm just going to add a little water to it and thin it out just a little bit. Actually, let me go for a little bit thinner. I'm going to let this simmer for a few minutes. Let's move on to the spaghetti noodle portion, because our water is boiling. So our box says to cook the spaghetti. I don't know how you guys do it, but I always break mine in half. Just like that. But the box says to cook the spaghetti for about 11 to 12 minutes. I'm not going to do that because we still got to bake it in the oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to time it from right now, 7 minutes. Now don't forget about your meatballs. 20 minutes in, we got to take them out. Oh yeah. Let me set these off to the side. So our sauce is simmering. Our noodles are boiling. We've got just a few more minutes left. I'll show you what we got to do next. So let's temporarily take out these meatballs. And here's what we're going to do next. So about 7 minutes have passed. So I'm going to move this to the back stove. We're going to get our sauce. I'm going to take our pasta. Let me turn off our stove. We don't need that on anymore. So I'm going to transfer our pasta over into our sauce. Alright, I got most of the pasta. So the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to give it a slight mix in here before I transfer it to our casserole dish. Let's get it transferred over. So here is where I hope I don't make a mistake. We're gonna leave all this flavor down here. Pour that into your casserole dish. Stir this up. Try to get, if you see a spot with extra veggies, try to equal it out in other spots. Alright, this is looking good. Alright, here's what we're going to do next. Take our meatballs and throw them in there. Kind of push them in. I got 2 more meatballs. I guess it's not going to be symmetrical. If you got OCD, oh well. Alright, we're not done yet. Take some of that Parmesan cheese. Sprinkle it across the top. Not done yet. Mozzarella cheese. Shredded mozzarella cheese. Same thing. I don't know that you can have too much cheese. But there you go. Let's get this back into the oven. So for this part here, we want to drop our stove down to 350. Now mind you, we never turned it off from earlier. So we're going to get this back in here. For how long? About 25-30 minutes. We want that cheese to melt. That's also going to be enough time for that spaghetti noodles to finish fully cooking. After that, time to plate up. Fake spaghetti and meatballs. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment if you want. I'll see you guys next week here on Cook. Don't be lazy.